major components of remuneration is the basic salary. Nitish Kumar is in your class, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
The basic components of remuneration. I assume that you are an employee in an organization. Okay, what is all that you get paid from the company? You get your basic salary or wages. Apart from that,
Like allowance, ma'am.
allowances. Okay, allowances, car allowances,
Allowance,
house rent
allowances.
allowance, transport or traveling allowance. Okay, or your health insurance. Then, apart from this, what other
Bonus,
kind
ma'am.
of
Bonuses.
pay compensation? Very good. Bonus. And
Commission.
Ma'am,
commission.
insurance, ma'am, insurance.
Insurance.
I think
Yes.
we have finished with types of financial incentives.
No, ma'am. I think only remuneration have finished it.
Okay,
Incentive is
let's
not.
go through it once again. No worries.
Okay.
Now, remuneration is any type of compensation or payment that an individual or employee receives as payment for their services. So, for exercise that an employee or an individual does, he gets paid in two forms, either in the form of a salary or in the form of wages. Now, the different components of remuneration are wages and salary, incentives, fringe benefits, perks, and non-monetary benefits also. Now, what is wage and salary? Wages are paid on hourly rates, and salary refers to the monthly payment which an employee gets. This is irrespective of the number of hours that I put in, which means that there might be a part-time employee working for a number of hours, or there might be a full-time employee who's working for at least 8 hours maximum. So irrespective, before I joined the organization, I am well told about the terms and conditions. For how many hours will I be, for how many days will I be working, and based on that, I would be paid salary. So the salary differs from employee to employee and depend upon the nature of the job, seniority, and merit. Clear with what is wages and salary? Okay. Next, we move to incentives. Incentives is something extra which I'm paying beyond this wages and salary. So basic wage and salary is the basic component that every employee is entitled to get. Apart, then employee receiving incentives. So what is this incentive? Something which is based on my performance. So if I have performed better, there would be certain targets set in by my employer. So if I have done over or achievement of my target, be it in case of productivity, sales, profit, or I have given them any cost reduction techniques, in that case, I would be given incentives. So this is only by payment by results. Keep always this in mind. Incentives is beyond your basic salary. That's every employee is entitled to based on the performance that an employee does. Incentives. These incentives can be both individual or a group incentive. Now, an individual incentive is getting an employee getting the incentives. Group can be I have a team leader who has been a target, say 10 lakhs he's got to achieve, or a sale of 10 lakhs. So he might be having people working, employees working under him. So the whole team, if they achieve a target of more than 10 lakhs, then it's a group incentive program where every employee gets an incentive. Next, we have fringe benefits. These include like provident fund, gratuity, medical care. This is again given to all the employees. Depends on the how the company is. If it's really doing well, then maybe it gives this benefits to the employees. Accident relief and group insurance, canteen, uniform. Now, what is group insurance? Anyone have? I think you must have heard of what is group insurance in a company. No one is there.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Group insurance. What is that?
Ma'am, altogether the overall the each and every employee has a group insurance kind of thing, ma'am.
What group insurance I'm asking? I'll give you a hint. In an organization, we have group insurance. What's that?
Everything has been covered. Example, machinery and everything.
No, I'm talking here
No,
about
ma'am, just
employees.
under one insurance, everything is covered, ma'am.
What is that? Everything.
Ma'am,
Please
that
keep in
like a
mind.
health insurance, life insurance, like that, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am, each and every employee is covered under the same insurance, ma'am.
very good. So when I say it's a group insurance, it means that I have an organization. All the employees in the organization form a group. So that is what is meant by group insurance. My company is covered under one insurance policy, and every employee in my organization who's having this insurance is comes under the group insurance. So all the employees come under the group insurance of my company. It's not one individual insurance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And last one is perquisites, which is given only to a certain position or a higher position who is there in the organization. For instance, company's car, club membership, paid holidays, furnished house, stock option schemes where they can purchase shares of the companies, etc. So all these benefits are given to a manager level or to a person who's been drawing a handsome salary. And the last one is non-monetary benefits, which includes challenging job responsibilities, recognition of merit, or growth prospects where I'm given promotion or a comfortable working conditions and flexible time, etc. All of you are clear with what are the benefits, monetary components of remuneration, wages and salary, incentives, fringe benefits, perks, and non-monetary benefits. We'll also do with what are the different kinds of incentives. Now, incentives, as I said, it is something which is a monetary reward offered to the employees for contributing more efficiency. So it is result oriented. If I have performed better, then I would be able to see people are joining now also. Bala Prasad, Darshan, 122. So anything extra based on my performance that I get a reward is known as an incentive. So incentive can be an extra payment or something more than the regular salary or wage, based on result or performance. It acts as a very good stimulator or motivator because it enters the employees to improve their efficiency level and reach the target. Now, why is it that the organization should pay incentives? It is something extra that the company gets. Why should I pay it to my employees?
Ma'am, to make sure that the
We
employees
discussed this. Okay, to make sure that the employees are loyal and they stay in the, there is
in the
less of
company.
labor
Yeah, ma'am.
turnover who leave my organization and go. Okay, then why should I give incentives? I can very well use it
To
and give it to
motivate
my
or encourage them,
directors.
ma'am. The
Very
employees
good.
work.
To motivate or encourage the employees to work better so that they get financial support, motivate, encourage, loyal towards the company, reduce labor turnover, and it increases the company itself. If I give them incentives, they would work more loyally and more efficiently with me. So everything indirectly is related. If they work more efficiently, my profit increases. If my profit increases, that adds remuneration to me. So it's essential that I keep my employees happy. So how do I keep them happy? If they have done really well, I pay them something in return. Now, these incentives can again be of two types, defined as monetary or non-monetary rewards. We'll do with the monetary rewards quickly today. So something which meets your basic social and security needs are known as your monetary incentives. The first one is pay and allowances. Now I said incentives are something above your basic salary or wage that you get. Now, what is his pay and allowances then? What happens is every employee, once he joins an organization, there is a performance appraisal done. Based on the performance of the employee, he gets an increment and allowance accordingly. So this is an additional of the basic which he has joined in the organization, that he gets an increment. That's why it comes under an incentive. Is that clear? So pay and allowances is when a performance appraisal is done of an employee based on the performance that he has done, like he's got A grade or B grade, C grade, etc. Based on this performance, we give him an increment and allowance to the employees according to their ability. Next is profit sharing. Now, profit sharing is certain company have a policy wherein they first fix a target. They fix up a target telling that suppose 10 lakhs is my profit that I need to earn. If the employees overachieve the target, in that case, a fixed percentage of profits is paid to the employees as well. So that is profit sharing. I hope you are clear with pay and allowances and profit sharing. Pay and allowances, performance paid, profit sharing, if they overachieve the target, then a percentage of the profits would be shared among the employees as well. Next is co-partnership or stock option. Now, as the very word says, co-partnership stock. Profit sharing gives only that they can be a part of the profit, whereas co-partnership or stock option is an option wherein the employees can participate in the management also, or they can have a share in the management decision making as well. So there are very few. If I have overachieved my target, the companies might give those employees an option wherein they can purchase the shares of the company itself. So there would be a limited amount which the employees can purchase from the company. So this is again given. The co-partnership is offered by issue of shares exceeding a fixed target. Again, in everything, we have a target based on the performance. If you are overachieved, only then would you be given this stock option. I hope all of you are clear with the first three: pay and allowances, profit sharing, and co-partnership or stock option. Next is bonus. Now, I hope all of you know what bonus is. Bonus is paid once in a year. Mostly in India, it is paid during the festival season, either during Diwali or New Year, that every company pays bonus. Now, what is this bonus? This is again, if the company has earned a profit or it is doing well. If the company, it's not because of the employees only, the company is earning. So overallly, if the employees have put in and the company is doing well, then the extra reward is given. At least one time an extra reward is offered to an employee, which can be any time during the festival as per the company's policy, that either a 1 month salary or a percentage of it or a fixed amount can be paid bonus to all the employees according to the grade in which they fall. And it need not be only in the form of monetary terms. Bonus is also given in the form of free trips to foreign countries, paid vacations, or gold, etc. I hope all of us are aware of it, or must have heard of bonus declared by so and so company. So this gold that they have given, if it's a jewelry, they give gold or something like that. Next is commission. Now, what is the difference between bonus and commission?
Bonus is given to every employee, whereas commission is on work basis.
Commission, very good. Okay, that says it all. Now, commission is given only on a work basis. This might be I have done a sale. So if the production has increased or based on the sale that I have done, I gave you an example of real estate. For every flat that I sell, I get a percentage as a commission. So this is each employee, the incentives might differ according to the performance of mine, whereas bonus is given to all the employees, though here the amount is different, but here I don't perform. It's overallly of the company that has achieved that a bonus is given. And a commission, again, it's either a percentage or an amount which is fixed as per the company norms. And the next one is suggestion system. Suggestion system is something new which company has adopted too, wherein if an employee suggests a cost saving technique, then an extra payment is given for taking such initiative. Like I think I gave you an example of, we have using in our department too many of papers which are going a waste, be it the question paper, the answer sheets, etc. There is so much of wastage of papers. So if an employee gives cost saving techniques of how do we minimize this wastage and how can we save money, if any employee is giving such a cost saving idea, then he should be given an incentive based on how much of profit it is adding and saving to the company. Bonus, commission, and the suggestion system.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we just have these three left for the day. Productivity linked with wage incentives. I guess, yeah, I've done this for your class. Productivity linked with wage incentives is based on your wages that you will be paid incentives according to the number of units you produce. I have a standard unit that every employee should produce at least 80 units. So if I overachieve than 80 units, then I would be paid extra for that above 80 units that I have paid. I'm sorry, that I had produced. Retirement benefits, very few of the organization, long have I worked in the organization. Based on this, I have given retirement benefits such as pension, provident fund, gratuity, etc. So that I will stay in the company again. If I'm more than 5 years only, I would be eligible for a pension or a gratuity. So I will stick to the company so that I get this retirement benefits as well. These incentives are suitable for employees who have security and safety needs, job security, and after I retire, I need safety also. So these benefits are important only after a certain age. Clear with productivity linked with wage and perks, fringe benefits, or perquisites. Perks and perquisites are almost the same thing. It refers to special benefits such as medical facility, free education for children, housing facility, etc. These benefits are over and above the salary. Now, for example, free education, the company might give that to a maximum of 2 children or 2 child in a family, that 1,800 per month can be claimed from the company. For that, I'll have to give a fee receipt or how it is a total tuition fees, etc. Or medical facility, there would be a cap amount which each employee would be insured for. Say for medical facility, I give them a card till 1 lakh for him or his dependents, which can be his parents, spouse, or children. Any three of them who can be benefited with this medical facility. Because these are certain incentives which are over and above your salary that the company pays to you. First, let's run through quickly with the monetary incentives. Pay and allowances, profit sharing, co-partnership or stock option, bonus, commission, suggestion system, production linked with wage incentives, retirement benefits, and perks. Okay, now non-monetary benefits are, okay, we just have 3 slides. Let's complete this also today. Which is not calculated in terms of money are your non-monetary benefits. So generally, people working at high job position or at high rank get satisfied with these non-monetary benefits. At a lower rank, when I have newly joined in as an executive, I definitely look into, or whoever is a class rep, please inform students if they log in late, I will not allow them to enter inside.
Okay, ma'am.
So generally, people working at higher position or a higher rank get satisfied with monetary incentives. Under this, the first one which we have is status. A higher status, which means like I am given a recognition, might be that I have 10 people in my, working under me, and I have performed, I am one of those employees. If I have overperformed, in that case, I enjoy a higher status. So my manager would look at me whenever any work is required, because he knows that I would be the one who can suggest him better also. So status refers to a rank, authority, or responsibility, even recognition and prestige related to job. So by what do I get by offering higher status or rank in the organization? They can motivate employees having esteem and self-actualization. So what is self-esteem is something which I want. I'm already having the social sector. We'll do this in Maslow's theory when we do the motivational theory. What is the self-actualization and esteem needs as well. Next is organizational climate. This refers to your ego status. Like, for instance, if I have a good manager who has a positive approach, this will really help me in growing. So I need a good organizational climate where I have a person or I work under someone who always motivates me. If I have a negative approach, or if I have a manager who has a negative approach, irrespective of how my performance is, he is not going to encourage or motivate me as such. So what would I do? I would not be able to perform better. So I should be put in a better organizational climate, or I should have a better supervisor who motivates me with a positive approach. The third one is career advancement. This is related to your promotion. All of us, I definitely want to move into the next level as well. So career advancement means provide promotional opportunities to employees. Whenever there are promotional opportunities, employees improve their skill and efficiency with the hope that they will be promoted to a higher level, and it is a very big stimulator or motivator which induces people to perform to their best level. All of you clear with the first three?
Yes, ma'am.
Status,
Yes, ma'am.
organizational climate, and career advancement. Next is job enrichment or assignment.
Hello, ma'am.
This is again self-explanatory. Like, if I am in an executive level, I am able to perform my job better. Okay. Now, if I am able to perform my job better, I would like to have something challenging, so which I would be able to take it and see that whether I'm able to perform or not. Since it's easy for me to do, and if I need to go to a higher level, then I need to have a challenging job also, which is definitely not given to all the employees, but only as an incentive it is offered so that I get recognized as such. So employees get bored by performing routine job. They enjoy doing jobs which offer them variety and opportunity to show their skill. By offering challenging jobs, autonomy to perform interesting jobs, employee gets satisfied and they are motivated. So it should also be that I should also be interested in the job so that I perform it better. So interesting, enriched, and challenging job itself is a very good motivator or a stimulator. Next is employees recognition. This is like how an employee is applauded in case if he has done really a good job, or he is performed very well, achieved something good, he needs to be applauded or given a merit or an award accordingly. Might be I give him a memento, a small gift, etc. In case employees recognition can be negative also. If they have an employee who is having a negative attitude or he has done some mistake, in that case the superior should see that he is corrected. So instead of scolding him or telling him or discussing it in general public, if he is discussed in private by calling the employee and telling him, might be he improved. Both of it are important. So employees recognition is both a positive as well as negative. So ego satisfaction is a very good motivator. If in case I'm performing better, I need to get recognized. If in case I am not doing well, even in that case, I need to be told or counseled how to overcome that. Clear with employees recognition?
Yes, ma'am.
Only one voice.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The
Yes,
next
ma'am.
one is job security. Can anyone say what is job security? The word itself says job
Ma'am,
security.
job security is a kind of assurance, ma'am, that they'll not fire us for a limited period of time.
Superb. This job security is usually seen when a new employee joins an organization. Be kept in a probation period. Who is at script? What I do is I would be kept on a probation period only if I am performing my job well after I have been properly judged by my superior that yes, I would be able to do it better, or if I am trained, I can really put in, I would be an asset to an organization. I will get a permanency or I get a permanent letter or confirmation letter from the company. So that job security is essential for me. Otherwise,
எனக்கு தான் அது டெம்பிள்ல சொல்லிச்சா
roll number 57.
ஒரு முடிவு
Where are you? Please show me your face. Roll number 71.
Ma'am.
Don't off your video. Yeah, 57. Don't off your video.
71.
What are you doing? Okay, what did we discuss today? Please tell me that.
Insurance, ma'am.
Anything that we discussed today?
And promotions for employees, ma'am.
Promotion of employees for what?
Like they are giving incentives for the exam and job protection, ma'am.
Okay. 57.
Ma'am.
What did we do today? Where are you roaming around? Tell me, what did we do in the class?
We're talking about promotions, ma'am.
We were talking about promotions. What was the topic that we were discussing? இருக்குமா உனக்கு இன்டர்னல்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு இரு. And you do all sorts of nonsense, scribbling on the board, whistling, everything, huh?
Ma'am, I didn't do that and all, ma'am.
Anyone else? What were we discussing today in the class? Roll number 51.
Ma'am, can I tell? Yes, ma'am.
No, roll number 51.
Yes, ma'am.
What were we doing in the class
Ma'am,
today,
we're
ma'am?
talking about the facilities that company offers to the employees, ma'am.
Adit Kankaria, on your video.
Ma'am, rule number 51, shall I answer, ma'am?
No, ma, I got to. You can remain quiet. Yes,
Yes,
Radhik, what were we discussing today?
Ma'am, today we're discussing about the employees, like what we give them, bonus, incentives, different types of things.
Very good, very good, super. Okay, good. So all of you are clear with financial and non-financial incentives. Why should we give incentives to the employees? So with this, today we complete with what is compensation, what are the components of compensation. Under compensation itself, we have financial and non-financial. Under financial, one part is incentives, and then we took these incentives, which is over and above your salary based on your performance that every employee is given. So there are different kinds of incentives. Even under these incentives, we have the financial and non-financial incentives. So we end with this today, and we will have. Okay, tomorrow do we have a class? Don't know. Tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. I think next class we will have a case study on this. What are the different kinds of incentives? Anyone wants to know anything? Any doubts? Roll number
Tomorrow
19.
first period is your class, ma'am.
Tomorrow first period. Huh? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
last Friday I think the classes were cancelled, so I will not have. Tomorrow first period we will have a class. First 15 minutes I want you all to go through the different kinds of incentives, both only the different kinds of incentives, both financial and non-financial. After that we will do with a case study. I would have done today itself, but I do not know that last Friday our class was cancelled. So good, we completed it today. And next we will start with motivation. Anyone has any doubts on incentives, financial, non-financial, employee recognition, promotion? So all of you are having a brief idea of what you're doing in HRM, from recruitment, selection, training, development, performance appraisal, and lastly we are doing up with compensation. Very, very, very important sector where each employees work towards, or they offer us services and the company needs to pay. So whether you are an employer or an employee, you need to know what are the different kinds of compensation and incentives that can be given, and why should you give incentives, what are the different types of incentives, so that you are benefited as well. Any doubts, students?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Can we end the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Fill up your attendance sheet.
Link, ma'am.
I've just shared the link. Wait. I'll just share it. Are you able to see it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, it says
One more.
chat disabled.
No, ma'am.
Okay, one moment.